see why transitioning back to normal life is making people feel anxious. I know I've been the same. It is difficult. It has been difficult over the last year, just being as things have been. But then coming back to normality is also it's a scary thought, really. But at the same time, I'm genuinely excited now. I'm back in the office today for the first time in 5 months. And I'm excited to actually get my home back as well. My home has been my office, it's been my home. I've not been able to do anything like everyone else, or very little. So now actually getting back out there and doing things, it's exciting.
So as we know, the pandemic situation is actually changing, and it can be back and forth based on what we have seen last year. So for myself, my tactic is to, instead of over-expecting to have full transition back to normal life in the upcoming few months, I always tell myself to be mentally flexible and also be gradual on any changes I'm taking back to normal lives, so that I won't be panicked or unprepared when situation getting a little bit worse again.
If you are in a vehicle, get out of your vehicle now, turn it off, get on the ground, you are under arrest.
Dr. Kerry Chant, Australia? Listen to this.
Whilst it is in human nature to engage in conversation with others, to be friendly, unfortunately, this is not the time to do that. So even if you run into your next door neighbour in the shopping centre, in the Coles, Coles Woolworths or Aldi or any other grocery shop, don't start up a conversation. Now is the time for minimising your interactions with others. Even if you've got a mask, do not think that affords total protection. We want to be absolutely sure that as we go about our daily lives, we do not come into contact with anyone else that would pose a risk. Whilst it is in human nature...
We want to make absolutely sure that we break all bonds between the two-legged. You are not even now to have a conversation with your neighbor, should you see them in the supermarket. Do not talk to them. If you do, you're a killer. This comes about at a time when, where humanity is gone. I mean, most people are so flippin' crazy. That includes an awful lot of the supposed awake people, not the woke, but the awake. They'll have no problem doing this. And they'll just walk by you, pulling their arms close and tight and just trying to, circle around you as wide as they can, and they're not going to talk to you anymore. You know what? I am so sick of people who believe this horse shit. Kerry Chant, what the hell? How do these people do this? Are they making such good money that they can come out and say this stuff? Or are their minds already being controlled? I think you got to consider that. People are acting like we've never seen before. And it's kind of creating two worlds. One reality, one sick, twisted, delusional. And while we're in reality, I wonder how much of the sick, twisted, delusional can we take before we just lose it and become sick, twisted, and delusional ourselves, brought about by the sick, twisted, delusionals. I guess C.J. Hopkins, I don't know if you know him, he's a writer, says these are the normals. He calls them the normals. We've got the normals walking around in the New World Order. Oh my God. Oh well. Coming to a country near you.
1 minute. What about 2? What about 6? How about public executions, huh?
Feel free to leave whenever you like, Agent Howard.
Put soldiers on the street and have Americans looking over their shoulders. Bend the law, shred the Constitution just a little bit. We do that, and everything that we have bled and fought and died for is over. And they've won. They've already won.
Now they're going to think anytime that there's a guy on the run, they can just lock down the city. Push you guys back into your house. And you guys are just going to feel so safe, aren't you? You people here in Watertown, Massachusetts make me sick. The gentleman that made this video makes me sick. I mean, I understand that he's recording it and showing it to the world, and I appreciate that. But if it was me, I'd be out there telling them to get their asses out of my sight, get their asses out of my city. They should be locking down my city. They should be going door to door, house to house. For a 19-year-old guy, not even a guy, he's a child. He can't even afford to buy beer. Look what you've done. Don't you see what's coming? Don't you see what's happening? People are fools. They would never do this down where I live. Here in the South, we'd be the guys walking around looking for the guy. We wouldn't be hiding in our house from our upstairs window just looking at him. You guys just let these guys rape your Constitution. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. What happened to you, America? What is going on?
And with that news tonight, people took to the streets of Watertown, where this whole thing went down, just to cheer the police. Look. What a crowd. Suddenly, fear has turned into relief.
It's like to lose, to feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same. Dread it, run from it, destiny still arrives.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.